Are you ready? Yep. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Put it right here. Nice. Perfect. Okay. Good job, buddy.
Yeah, we did it.
Sweet. All right. So now if you want to take a break, let's take a break. And then when we come back, we're going to prep the other one and then we're going to install it. So here is our bad transmission. So we got it removed. Okay. So this transmission is bad. It was causing the whole drive line to vibrate. And here is the torque converter. We are draining it. So now we're gonna get our new transmission prepped. We're gonna install a remanufactured transmission on this van. Here is our remanufactured transmission. As you can see, it looks nice and clean. We got this transmission from Glen Burnie Transmission, and this transmission is pre-filled. There's fluid in it, and when we install it, we're gonna start the engine and let it get to operating temperature, and after that we're gonna add this 1 quart, and after that we should be good. Now the TCM on this vehicle has to be programmed. When we install the transmission, we're gonna have to program the TCM before we drive the van, okay? So Kyle is going to prep this new transmission, and after that we're gonna install it. I'm gonna take you with me under the vehicle so we can prep everything else on the engine side. So now I'm going to inspect our flex plate before we install our remanufactured transmission. The flex plate looks good, it's not cracked. We don't have a leak around the block here. So the rear main seal is not leaking. So everything looks good. So now what I'm gonna do before we install our transmission, I'm going to clean up this surface over here, the mating surface between the engine block and the transmission. All right, so that's good. We got the transmission mating surface cleaned. Now the next step is gonna be cleaning the transmission cooler. We're gonna use this cooler clean to clean the transmission cooler. So the way we're gonna do this is I'm gonna remove this cap over here, and we're gonna pump this cooler clean in one of the cooler lines, and then we're gonna pressurize it. So this cleaner is gonna go in the cooler and clean all the debris that we might have in the cooler. So when we pressurize this line, all the debris will come out of this line, okay? And then we're gonna reverse it. We're gonna then pump this cooler into this line, and then it's gonna come out of this, okay? So that's gonna allow us to clean the cooler, because we don't want any debris that could be trapped in the cooler to flow into our new transmission. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pump this in this transmission line. Oops. Now I'm gonna use a line. So Kyle, if you can come over here and hold this hose, okay? So that way all, can you actually get that blue bucket and hold it over here? Yeah. So Kyle is going to hold this hose for us. So the cooler, the transmission cooler clean that we're going to pump in this line is gonna go over here. Okay, so hold that. Okay, watch out. All right, so now we're gonna switch lines. Now we're gonna put this over here. Now I'm gonna let's see.
There we go.
Let's go back to this one last time. All right, so that's good. All right, guys, so we have cleaned the transmission cooler. So now we're gonna install our new transmission. All right, now our transmission is ready to be installed. All right, I'm gonna make sure that the torque converter is sitting well, and then we're gonna lift the transmission.
You're just checking to make sure it doesn't bounce.
Yeah, I'm just making sure it's like engaged
Yeah.
properly.
Sitting on the keys.
Yeah, that's good.
Certified trans.
So how do we know this training was going out?
It was vibrating.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like every time you decelerate, there was a vibration. Well, the drivers thought it was shaking.
Yeah.
You hear it like it was like shuddering. Yeah. Yeah. We're gonna start lifting the transmission. Actually, let me get the bolts ready. If you can move just a little bit, Carl, I'm gonna lift it up. So Matt, you can just hold that side. So now we're gonna jack up the transmission and push it forward as we go.
That's a weak jack.
Yeah.
Thought it was a transmission, then it was a rear end.
Oh, that's probably just a sensor that goes there.
Yeah. So now basically what we're gonna do, we just have to make sure that, you know, everything is cleared up there.
No,
Oh, not yet.
Not yet.
we still got 2 more inches.
Should we push forward?
I think we should be good right now.
I think we should be good.
Okay, hold on. Let me get this. Nice.
No.
I gotta go that way. Towards Matt.
Yeah, I just gotta clear some stuff.
Sweet.
All right, let's go up another ½ inch. There we go.
Yeah. So, Carl, we have some dowel pins there. You can just look at those dowel pins and make.
I've got one of them lined up right now.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
So, can we get a
Drop down, I think, a little bit.
drop down?
Just a smidge.
Here, you want me to work the jacking you though?
Yeah.
We did something.
Now you want me? Okay, here's a bolt.
Or
It goes.
just midway.
Yeah. So we have to come.
Oh, hold on. That one doesn't even have threads in that one. Hold on.
Yeah, we have to come down.
Down.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me get mine lined up right now on that little pin. There you go.
Come down.
Yeah, come down.
There we
More.
I mean, I'm lined up, bro.
Are you?
Yeah.
Okay, so I need to come down a little bit over here. Okay, if you're lined up, you can. Can you get the bolt
No,
on?
actually, I need to come down a little bit.
Okay, come down.
I don't know. Hey, which one does this go in?
Whatever. They're all the same.
That's what you said.
Okay, just hold there, man. Okay, I got one on over here. Perfect. That was not too bad.
I think I got one on here.
Nathan back.
Where's that go?
That's gonna go.
Up top? No, I gotta get that and hook that line in as well.
Yeah, so that one.
But should we pop this thing in first or no?
Yeah, we should pop this thing in, but let me remove that little
It
cap.
looks like this also bolts in.
Yeah, it bolts right here.
Yeah.
See, you can really tell it goes. Ooh. Okay, so yeah, so that's
Yep.
that bracket is gonna go. Can you get down?
And I got it.
Perfect.
Man, I'm on office day. Look at me, I'm already covered in grease.
Yeah. So Carl, you know what? You see what's missing here? The transmission mount. We still have it on the old one.
Yeah.
So if you can go ahead and get that mount removed, and then let's put that over here.
Now I see why I don't want to throw them away.
You don't like to throw what away? Transmissions?
Transmissions. I was telling him I always like to throw things away when the project is like done. Now, if you can kind of get your head out of the way so that people can see, just kind of, yeah, just like that. Perfect. You can go ahead and tighten them.
is a tool I stole from you guys.
Okay.
I have it in file.
Okay.
Years ago.
Is that an extension?
Yeah, it's just a 20-inch 3/8
Okay.
extension.
I'll take it.
It's been in my toolbox for.
Now we're gonna get all the bolts on, and now we're gonna get them snug on first, and after that we're gonna torque them. These are. You need one.
I think it's a short one.
So Kyle and I are making sure that we have all our bolts on and lined up before we start tightening them. The transmission is in. So what we did was we lifted the transmission and we made sure that the transmission was lined up straight with the block, and we pushed it forward. Okay, this came in pretty easily, so it went in very easily. So we lined up all the holes over here around the bell housing. We got the bolts started. So now we're gonna start torquing the bell housing bolt. Okay, as you can see, everything is lined up here. I'm gonna show you how everything looks on the passenger side. So it's basically the same thing over here too. All right. Okay, so our transmission is installed. So now let's torque the bell housing bolt. The torque spec for the bell housing bolt is 28 foot-pound. We're gonna use this torque wrench to torque our bell housing bolt. I have my torque wrench set up to 28 foot-pound. So now I'm gonna start torquing all these bolts. All right, so the first one is torqued. Now we're gonna torque the second one. Now I'm gonna come on this side and torque one over here also.
He's moving. I came and said that you're dead. We came in the morning. We said all the things we liked about you, and that was it.
That definitely ruins the house.
Get on you.
All right, so this side is good. Now we're gonna torque the bolts on the passenger side. All right, so that's torqued. Let's do the top one.
Very good. All right, so we got all our bell housing bolts torqued. So now the next step is going to be connecting our transmission cooler lines. So if you can go ahead and connect the one on the driver's side, I'm going to connect this one over here. So I'm just going to push it in.
And I was waiting for the click.
Yeah. You should be able to hear the line click once it.
Felt it.
You heard it?
Felt it.
Good. One in, okay, there's a little plastic. Did you put the plastic? There's a little plastic. Okay. Just use it for.
Do you know what size of it?
So we torqued all these bell housing bolts. So everything on the passenger side is reconnected. Now I'm gonna connect the transmission wiring harness. So this is gonna go just like that. Now we're gonna push this up. Okay, and then we're gonna zip tie the wiring harness against the dipstick tube. Perfect. Okay, so we zip tie this. Let's also zip tie this one. Let's zip tie these two. Yeah, let's get another zip tie. So we're zip tying these wires away from the DPF. We don't want any wire being close to the DPF because they can get burnt when the DPF gets hot while the engine is running. So now let's zip tie this one against the dipstick tube. Perfect.
Hey, how's it going?
Yeah, just cut those. We got the zip ties cut off. So this side is good. So now we're gonna reconnect our shifter cable on the driver's side. right, we got the shifter cable bolt tightened. Now I'm gonna reconnect the shifter cable. Just like that. So we're good to go. Now the next step is gonna be, what do you think the next step is gonna be, Carl?
Cross member.
Cross member, perfect. You're ahead of the game. Yeah, now we're gonna install our cross member, and after that, we're gonna install our torque converter bolt. But before we install the cross member, we're gonna jack up the transmission just a little bit.
That should be good.
It's good, okay. The bent side is gonna go over there. Yeah, like that. Now, I always like to install the center bolt. That way it's gonna keep it on, yeah.
That's gonna get lowered.
Okay, I'm gonna lower the transmission just a little bit.
Right there.
All right, that's good. So now you can put the rest of the bolts on. We're gonna tighten the two on each side first, and then we'll tighten the center one last.
We gotta jack it up.
Jack it up, okay.
There we go.
Perfect.
Give me. I have my biggest. Which one first?
I want to start with this one, the one over here. Let's try this one a little more. Good. Perfect. Good. So now you can tighten the center bolt. Nice. All right, so we got the cross member installed. So now we can remove the transmission jack. Let's get the transmission jack removed so we can have the transmission sit on the cross member. And after that, we're gonna tighten the torque converter bolt. So now, Kyle is gonna spin the engine
Tell me when you're ready.
as I look over here on this inspection hole. so that we can get our torque converter holes lined up. So it looks like they're kind of lined up. Actually, do you want to just turn the engine, go just bump it a little bit counterclockwise, just a little bit. Okay, nice. So now come clockwise, slowly. Yeah, go a little more. Go. Go. No, come back. Come back, yeah, keep going. Turn. 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 Keep turning. Okay, stay there. Stay there. So I'm gonna have to move the torque converter just a little bit. Okay, so I got these holes over here lined up. Okay, as you can see, the torque converter holes are lined up with the holes on the flex plate, so we're good. So if you can give me the torque converter bolt, I'm gonna go ahead and install them.